Hello and welcome back to another video. So today's video will be mainly centered around a surprise we had yesterday morning. So as you can see behind me there, I have the Big Red, as she's known as here. And you can probably see from me that I am fairly wrecked, physically, mentally, emotionally drained is how I would put it now today. But got a phone call from my dad yesterday morning saying, can you come home now? Big Red is after calving on the slats. So she was 6 days early. To be honest, we thought she'd carry because she usually has a big calf, and to be honest, it was our own fault. We weren't really watching her. We were watching the other one who's due the same day, and I was thinking, oh yeah, she's springing nicely. I'll move her over to the pen now in a couple of days. And to be honest, not even thinking about Big Red. So yeah, she had twins on the slats. So I flew out the door, went home, changed and came down, and when I was coming down, my dad was coming back the passage with the neighbour, and thankfully he's a big unit of a man and he was able to just lift them off the slats for me while I kept the cow away from him, and he just put him outside the shed there and we let the cow out to them then. But almost immediately I could see that the bigger one of the two was just very, very lethargic, made no effort to get up or anything, and then the smaller one was up and walking around a little bit and had a bit about it. So I was able, after a little bit of persuasion, I was able to get the cow and the calf that was up into the pen, and I couldn't get the big fella up, so I just had to drag him in. So I got him in anyway, and he was just, again, so lethargic in the pen. So I tried to catch the cow's head to milk her, because it was clear neither of them had sucked, and we don't know how long she had calved. So couldn't catch her. She tried to jump the pen. That's her thing. She's not a kicker or anything like that. She's a jumper. So as soon as she made the first attempt, we said, no, not a hope. I said, Dad, I'll go to the co-op, get 2 bottles of colostrum. And that's what I did. And when I was in there, I was saying to your man, I've one on its last leg. So he gave me a calf saver as well. So came home and got that straight into the bigger fella. And it seemed to perk him up straight away. But again, he just didn't get up, but he was definitely more alert. And I went up and mixed the lukewarm water with the powder, brought it down. And then I was, sorry, they're all going for a pee now. Then tried to bottle feed them. They'd take a small bit, especially the small one, had a decent suck, nothing major, but had a decent suck, so I was happy enough with that. And I got about a bottle and a bit down between the two of them, but it was kind of forced down the bigger fella. And we said, look, we'll leave them now that they have that in them. They might perk up. The small one then just looked like I keep calling her a she. I keep calling him a she because he's so small, but they're 2 bulls. But he went downhill really quickly. And I was thinking, what is going on? Just, you know, not sitting upright, just kind of thrown. And so I was like, oh God, the 2 of them are going to be gone. But look, you can see there, we put the bales around the pen just to try and block off the draft. Don't know what's going on with this wind. It's the same today. It's unreal, but it's swirling around the shed. It's not too bad today, but yesterday it was ridiculous. It was so cold in here, it was warmer outside. And that's the last thing you want with 2 calves that aren't doing well. So we did what we could. I had loads of straw around them. I had them covered in it and everything just to try and keep them warm. But yeah, I was really worried. Came down then in the evening, and the patience it took. And I don't have patience, but I had it yesterday. to catch the cow's head. She knows the deal, and she knows she'll get her nuts, but she won't stick the head out. So I was back and forth from the silage to the head gate about 10 times. No, could not get her. So I went away because she lay down. Sorry, I forgot to say that. She lay down. I was like, oh, went away. By the time I got up to my parents' house, which is a couple of 100 meters away, she was back up eating. So I was like, no, I'm going straight back down. So I did it about 20 times again, back and forth. But for the last maybe 10 times, I walked with the pike in one hand and the silage and just my hand out then, just so she could see my hand every time, so that it wasn't a change of movement when I go to push the head gate closed. And on the last time, I just pushed it and I just about caught her. So that was great. Caught her. Myself and my dad then milked her. I took one side, he took the other side, and we got about 2 litres, just under 2 litres out of her, and that was pretty much all she had. So we did that. That took a while. She was holding it up for a while, but then in fairness to her, she let it down. And she is a bit of a psycho cow when she has calves. Look, they all are. It's sucklers when they have calves. But at the same time, she was so much better than the other two. There was no kicking, there was no tying the leg back, nothing. She just stood there. She is my pet, really. She'll eat out of my hand if I've nuts or anything. So she does trust me now. I wouldn't recommend anyone else doing it, and I would still be very, very wary of her. But she was great. She just stood there and let us milk her, which made life an awful lot easier as well. Tried putting the calves on, no good. The big lad still couldn't get up on his own. I did help him up and he was able to hold himself up, but you know yourself, very wobbly. See that wind there again. So anyway, tried to bottle feed them and their suck was gone. They just wouldn't suck, neither of them. Now the big lad had a swollen tongue. I assume he had a difficult calving, and so that's fine, that's understandable. But the other one was sucking fine earlier, and his suck was totally gone as well. So yeah, I was very concerned, but we got it down them anyway. We had to force it down them, but we got it down them. So we said, look, they full bellies for the night at least. We tried to keep them as warm as possible, etc. But to be honest, I was expecting to come down this morning and at least one of them to be gone, because they were just not in good shape. And it was just the perfect storm yesterday. So she calved without us knowing she was calving. She calved on the slats. Neither of them would suck. One of them couldn't get up. There was a wind whirling around here, as I said, like never before. I didn't have it in the winter. I don't know. What is it, southwesterly, I think, but it's whatever way it's coming in, you just can't seem to block it off. And then we couldn't catch the cow's head. So honestly, yesterday, I was just fit to pack it in, to be honest. You know, people often comment really nice things on my videos saying I'm very positive and smiling and whatever, but yesterday and last night, it was too much. It was just too much when we would never think we'd have a problem with her. Whatever about any of the rest of them. We would never have thought we'd have a problem with her. And then to say we have had 2 so far that weren't sucking. Now we had this. It was just, yeah, I was saying, is sucklers really for me? Because I'm not going to get rich off them. I'm not going to pay my mortgage off them. And it's a bloody hard hobby on days like that. So anyway, that was yesterday. Just kept an eye on them all night and they seemed to be okay. They had moved around the pen slightly, so I was thinking, did the big fella actually get up or was he just trying, you know, and moved around that way? So I came down this morning anyway, tried to get them sucking. Well, tried to get the one who would stand up sucking, and no, he'll suck everything but the teat. So went up and got the other bottle of milk that we had left over from last night, warmed it up and brought it down, and I gave it to the big lad who couldn't get up first. And after one mouthful, sorry, I feel like I'm talking forever here, but it's just a long story because it was a long day. So yeah, got about a mouthful into him and he tried to stand up, and I just said, okay, I'm gonna leave him now and see if he can get up by himself, you know, instead of me helping him every time. And he got up straight away and he went looking for more and he gulped it down. So did the small fella, gulped it down. So we only had the one bottle, so the two of them, they had half each, and both of them went straight over to the cow looking for more, but they just can't get it. I had it in their mouth and they just can't get that they need to suck it. So I don't want them to be getting lazy with the bottle, but at the same time I need to get it into them. So I was speaking to the brother-in-law and he thinks maybe it's a lack of selenium, so we might get injections for them, and I can give them the injections and see if that helps them. And look, my dad's going to go to the vet there now soon anyway, and he'll suss out what we need for them and hopefully it'll get them going. But yeah, he was thinking that it's just maybe a deficiency from it being a long winter and then being in for so long, which it might be, because we've never had this issue, like 3 cows and none of them sucking. So it's just, it's bloody hard work at the moment, but look, they're still alive. I don't know if you can see them, the 2 of them are tucked in the corner there. Behind the cow, you can see her, she's full of milk, so I'll try and catch her later. Even this morning there, now I hadn't her cot and I was able to pull a bit and she was fine with me, but I don't know if I could actually properly milk a decent amount out of her without catching her, but it's not going to be easy. But we'll see how I get on. But yeah, that's my tale of woe there now. I don't know if the hay bales are doing enough. They seem to be comfortable enough. I have a lot of straw in there as well. But yeah, we're just trying to do what we can for them now. I'll give you a proper look of them there now, and I'll show you us milking hopefully later and things like that, and I'll let you know what the vet said as well, because it's a frustrating one. Yeah, I'm just tired, Dad is tired, you know, and it's just from thinking about it more than anything. So that's them. It's never easy with cattle, so I've done what I can this morning. I need to go and spread fertilizer in the place that the cattle came out of the last day, so I'm going to go away and do that now myself, and it'll keep me preoccupied as well. And hopefully by the time I've that done, Dad will be back and we'll know what to do, and we'll go from there. But I'll keep you updated, and I might show you a bit of the spreading as well. It's so windy out there though, I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep the camera up, but I'll do my best. How are you doing? You're very perky. Good boy. Now, ordinarily I wouldn't be spreading urea where I'm about to spread it because it wouldn't be great ground. We'd usually spread can or even 18612 if we were feeling flush, but I have the urea left over from the silage ground, so I said I'd use that. So sorry, I'm out of breath. I don't have anyone around, so I had to lift them myself. And I split my pants in the process. I guess skinny jeans aren't really made for farming, but I've gotten a good few years out of these ones anyway. So yeah, I must find another old pair of jeans now to make my farm jeans. But anyway, that's in there, ready to go. So we'll see how we get on. Okay, we have progress, which I am very excited about. The big guy is sucking. So he almost sucked the hand off me, and he kept falling off it and kept falling off it, and eventually he just latched. And we got a tiny bit out of the back quarter, but he's mad now on the front one. So the small fella is trying to get in, but again, I had it in his mouth and he just won't suck. So while he's sucking one, I'm going to try and pull a bit. And she's very quiet, she's very relaxed with me, so I'll try and record it and see what I can get. Oh, pet, you can't lie there. Now, my dad came home from the vet in the meantime, and he gave us 2 syringes for each. So one with cortisone to improve the appetite, and then another one with just vitamins. Don't ask me what, but I'll give the 2 of them that now. I just didn't want to give it to them while they were sucking. I said if I was on a good run, so I'll give that to them there now. And I don't know how much of that video picked up, so I'll let you know how I got on as well. Now, so that was a great outcome this evening, which I really wasn't expecting. Can't believe it was the big lad who I thought was a goner yesterday. I was sure he was done. Can't believe he was the one to properly feed from her. So that's great. And he found a couple of different quarters. So he found the front one with my help. he found the back one and he found the front one on the other side. So I'm not too worried about him now. The other one then got onto the front one, but I'd say there wasn't much left in it after the big fella. But look, at least he knows it's there. And I'd say I got about a litre into him from the bottle, and then whatever bit he got from her. So look, it's enough to keep him ticking over. And sure, look, if I have to do it again tomorrow morning, I will. But hopefully it'll just take a few days and he'll find his way. Dad was saying there anyway that he'll just get a bag of milk replacer if we have to, as long as we've one sucking her so she's not going to get mastitis or anything. We can put the other one on the milk replacer for a few weeks, and hopefully he'd find it then. But yeah, that's great. What a difference a day makes, because yesterday I was done and now today I'm in great form after that. So yeah, it's all good. So in the end, I didn't really need the injections from the vet, but no doubt they'll only help anyway. So they have them there now anyway. One is standing, the big fella, and the other one is lying down now for a snooze. So yeah, hopefully now they continue to improve and to get there. Now I'm just back down here again this morning, and I'm not sure if you can see behind me, but that's the big lad up sucking. He's just been like that since I came in, and I was watching him last night on the cameras as well, so he's been feeding very well. The other one was up as well, but I don't think he's actually feeding. I think he's just trying to find it, in fairness. So what I did before I came down, I went to the co-op and I got a bag of milk replacer. So I'm just going to head up to the house there now and mix up a couple of litres for the small fella. Now I'm going to give 2 litres this morning and 2 litres this evening. I think that should be about right, but if anybody has a better idea of this sort of thing, I'd be all ears for suggestions, because I'm not entirely sure yet, but I'll see how he takes to it first of all anyway. So that's first on the agenda. I need to move the cows then, so I'll do that and I'll go spreading the fertilizer. It's due to rain this afternoon, so I'm trying to beat the rain, and then I'm going to set up the pen once I've all that done, move the cow in, and it should be time to do the evening feed with the small fella there, and I'm done. So that's the plan for the day, and I'll bring you along with me.
I'm gonna chase it, and I'm gonna chase it. I know we can't ignore it, no matter how hard we try. And I'm gonna chase it, and I'm gonna chase it. I know we can't ignore it, no matter how hard we try. Fire in the veins, I fight to gain, breaking all the rules to keep me sane.
Now, I was really trying to beat the rain, which I did, but I didn't video the milk this morning because I just wanted to get everything else done. So as you can see, we have another cow in the pen there, so there won't be any issues with anyone calving on the slats tonight. And behind me now we have another one trying to suck. This time it is the small fella. He's been at it about 10-15 minutes. Just can't find it. Just sucking the upper part of the udder, unfortunately, which is annoying. I put him on it. He sucked for about 20 seconds and then gone again. But the bigger lad had already dried it out, I'd say, to be honest. But you would think he would have gotten something out of it. But as soon as he lost it, he was off again in the wrong direction. So I'm going to go up and get some lukewarm water to mix up my milk replacer and feed him. So that's the job done. Again, he was very quick to drink the 2 litres, so I'm thinking, should I up it a little bit? But he is only 3 days old, so I'm thinking, is the 4 litres across the day enough? I might do a bit of reading there now when I go back up home, but if anybody has any suggestions, because I know a lot of people will be more used to doing that than I am. But the 2 of them are there, lying down. I just left those couple of hay bales there because I thought they might just be cozier, but thankfully that awful wind is gone, so I took the rest away. It was just a bit of a pain trying to get in and out. I was squeezing through the head gate, but yeah, it went well anyway. But also, you're probably looking at them thinking, oh, 2 limousines. They look like limousines to me as well, but they're supposed to be Simmentals again. Out of links. So the last one looked like a Charlie, but should be a Simmental. And these 2 look like limousines and should be Simmentals. So, not sure, to be honest. Don't want to be blaming the AI man for getting it wrong, so we're just going to wait and see. Maybe they just didn't bring a lot of colour, like the other one, or else there's been some horrible mistake. So look, we'll see. We'll see what it is. But look, that's me done for the day. I feel like I was a bit distracted, so I'm not sure if I talked through everything I did, but sure, look, you'll know what I was doing anyway from just looking at it. So thanks again for watching. I'll keep you updated on the 2, of course, but for now, if you liked it, give me a like, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe. Thank you.